Brewski spider. Poor guy. The sun is starting to kind of just shine through on that little patch of sand back there, so weather's all over the place because it is still raining. I don't know if you can really see. Pretty much the rest of the vlog I'm going to be training this evening, so I've got chest today, which has come around really quickly, but I feel super recharged and don't ache at all, which is a really nice feeling. So yeah, absolutely buzzing for that one. Good little intro to the vlog, guys. I'm gonna hopefully not get too wet in this rain because it is starting to pour down now, but nevertheless, guys, still in paradise and still enjoying myself. So yeah, take it easy and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Last little update is sun has properly come out now and the rain is just increasing, but it's actually quite nice. It's refreshing. So yeah, again, change of pace, change of scenery, but enjoying it. Right, so I just came to take shelter under this tree, but you can see the ocean's just through there, so this is pretty much perfect little spot. Just wait for the rain to pass, hopefully. We'll see. Don't want to get too soaked. Right people, I made it to the gym. So outside now, Legacy Muscle Universe is what the space is called. So first of all, just first impressions, like coming up to the parking spaces and the front entrance is so nice. It's right now about 7:30. It's relatively busy to be fair, but like you can easily get a parking space, nice relaxed here next to the fountain, and got a little table if you want to have a pre or post workout meal. So yeah, gonna get in there now. I'll let you know what the day prices are, etc. But I'm gonna be training chest, so really excited for that. And also loads of shoulders because I have been neglecting my shoulders a little bit. But yeah, let's get into it and have a really good chest and shoulder day. Wow, nice. So yeah, so they've got all these pre-workouts you can grab here. So I've never had the CBUM one, and also caffeine wise that looks perfect. Right, so I went for the CBUM pre-workout here, which looks crazy. Yeah, I haven't had any sort of caffeine like this in a while, because the most I've had is like, well, 3 triple espressos and then probably a couple Red Bulls. To be fair, getting close to, this is 250 milligrams, but all the like hydration elements and the pump products and, you know, beta alanine, all that sort of stuff should be fantastic. So yeah, I'll let you know how it is. So yeah, just you go get the pre-workout stuff from over there, and the gym itself is just through here. So the first working set of this chest and shoulder day is going to be incline Smith machine bench press. So as you can see, got the seat at a decent incline, nothing insane, but enough to bias more of my upper chest on this one, which is what I'm going for in pretty much every single one of my chest days. I might do some flat bench here and there, I might do some close grip, I might do, you know, some standard pec flies, but if I'm trying to vary my training at all, it will be biased more towards my upper chest. Realistically, most people do lack upper chest compared to lower chest. So yeah, with that in mind, starting off when I'm most strong on this exercise here, fatigue myself to the absolute max. Realistically, probably do between like 2 and 4 sets, and then move on to some more pressing before finishing with flies. But I do want to get some shoulder pressing, that is for sure. Anyway, on the bar now, you can't quite see, I'll set you up in a second, but basically got 2 20s and a 10 each side. So this is the heaviest that I've been doing probably for the last month or 2, since I've been on like sub 2.5k calories, and that's just working well for me. I'm still able to press between, you know, sort of 5 and 8, but I'm not failing kind of sub 4 reps, which would be kind of a bit dangerous in my opinion. I mean, realistically, I'm gonna be getting above 5. That same thing goes for kind of squats and other things as well. So even on a bulk, I don't really go that low because that's more sort of powerlifting style, unless I just fancy doing it for fun. So anyway, what I'm gonna do now is just get ready for this first working set. So today I've had 2 double chicken and cheeseburgers. Total for those 2, 700 calories and 40 grams of protein. And I've had a protein shake. And then I had exactly half of this mochi chocolate croissant thing because I had it left over from the snacks that I bought from my last refeed day. And I didn't want to throw it away because it just seemed like such a waste. But yeah, I didn't eat the whole thing, so that was good restraint from me. Also got salts, and I've had that C-Bun pre-workout, so I'm not actually sure exactly what's in that. Like, I haven't checked the label or anything like that, but I'm not feeling any tingles, so that's it's not really an issue. I'm not why I bought the pre-workout. I mainly bought it for the actual ingredients, like the pump products and stuff like that. So it was fucking one of the best pre-workouts I've ever had. Although saying that, every new pre-workout tastes amazing until you've actually had it for a while. So one thing I actually forgot to mention is this Smith machine is, in my opinion, really heavy. Like, literally without any weight on, you can just feel it's a lot heavier and not harder in terms of, like, it's not as smooth or anything like that. Like, it's just genuinely got more resistance on the cable. So the actual machine itself is really smooth, which is good. But anyway, this one I should be able to get at least 5. I'd be very surprised if not. So making sure to pick a good song for this one. Got my sleeves on, got everything like that on. I'm not going to wear a belt for this one, just don't feel the need at this point in time. But I definitely am going to use those smelling salts. They've been coming in really clutch on this diet, I can't lie. Fuck. Oh, it's so heavy. Let's go straight drop. Oh man, like I said, that was fucking heavy, and I will put that down to the actual Smith itself. So not trying to make excuses, because, you know, it doesn't really matter when you're on a diet, as long as you push as hard as possible, you're eating the protein, you're recovering well. Weight can wait until the bulk, but batch is about to die, so I'll change that, and then we'll probably go for another set just on these. Okay, set number 2. Feeling good for this one, feeling primed and ready. Kind of knowing what to expect from that last set. I have realised as well that this Smith machine is completely straight. I mean, I knew that anyway, but the one that was actually being used by the time I set up, so it really doesn't matter, but that is at a slight incline, and I would prefer that. So if you guys have a choice, I would say always pick the Smith machine with incline and set up so that the incline is going towards your head, if that makes sense. So if you were to look at yourself from the side, the incline would be moving up towards, like from your feet towards your head. And that's the angle that you should be pressing at whenever you do a Smith machine or a barbell. So anyway, I have pressed on a lot of straight barbell since I've been in Thailand, so I should be used to that by now, so I wouldn't contribute that to a factor of why it was difficult. But focusing now on the actual set itself, let's get another good song on, because this set needs to be good. So I would really like to get on this one like minimum 6 reps, absolute minimum, but 7 would be fantastic. So let's make sure we're focused for this one. Oh yeah, boy, that was so much better. Yeah, felt good, felt strong, perfect. I reckon we can squeeze out another set on there. Definitely one more after that, but probably keep the weight there, we'll see. So far, 2 good ones in the bag. Right, so we're on to the 3rd set at this point in time, and I'm gonna be probably using this as the last one to record. Just for me, anything more than 3 sets of an exercise, unless I'm consistently changing the weight, it's not really kind of necessary to record, especially with this one, because kind of only a limited number of camera angles. But anyway, enough of that waffle. So same weight for this one. I may well drop it for the next couple of sets, but at this point in time, still feeling really good. Joints feeling good, breathing's good, strength's feeling good, wrist, everything really. Like, also just feels like a nice set. You know, sometimes everything can feel okay, but then the set itself, it just isn't really clicking. And at that point in time, it can be a signal to drop the weight a little bit. But yeah, for this one, feeling great. I don't actually know exactly how many reps I got on that last set there, but I think it was around 7, maybe. But yeah, either way, pretty much right where I want to be for that one. So yeah, let's get this one going. Salts again. I'll just be using salts for all these sets. Why the fuck not? Just need to find another big, heavy drop for this set, and then we'll just get straight into it, people. Yeah, same again. In terms of immense, same again from the last set there, comparing those two. Both feeling really, really good. So, I'm not in a particular rush today, to be honest with you. Got here into the actual gym itself probably around 8 o'clock, like fully set up, pre-taken, you know, ready to go. And the gym shuts at 11, which is actually very nice for Thailand, because I've noticed a lot of the gyms pretty much average close time is around 9, but a lot of them are at 8. So just something to keep note of if you guys are wanting to come here. Don't get me wrong, I have found a 24-hour gym in KOH SAMUI. Couldn't find any in Koh Tao. There was one in Chiang Mai which I didn't go to because it was just really expensive for a full membership. But yeah, I've still got 2.5 hours, but I would like to do some cardio. So yeah, we're actually doing really good for time, but I think one more set on this will be good for me. Next exercise for the push day today, we're going for a standing shoulder press. And I've actually never used one of these ever before, so this will be a good experience. Obviously, if it's not working for multiple sets, then we'll just leave it at 1. But from the warm-up sets, from everything really, even in terms of like actually setting up the piece of equipment, I can tell that it's well made, like it feels, you know, structurally sound and well put together. I trust the machine. They've got nice plates here as well. I can actually get the kind of weight that I need, all that sort of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say, it's just setting me up for a good set. But even with all the preparations, if it just doesn't feel right, even if it takes me a while to set up, I'm not going to force myself to do a set which could injure myself or just kind of waste time. So yeah, with that being said, guys, first set I'm only going to go for a 20 on each side, just because I've never done it before, and like I said, I don't want to be pushing myself to do weight which is too heavy and doesn't feel good on the shoulders. I've done some heavy pressing there, you know, those reps were pretty much between 5 and 8 for every single set there, which means that realistically it makes more sense, in my opinion, to now do a bit of volume on the shoulders. So there's so many angles of adjustment here, but it's one of those machines that actually doesn't confuse you that much. So the only things to really adjust is the actual height of the starting position here. So yeah, each of those individually, you just put a little kind of bolt through there, and then in the center here there's a kind of latch which goes across, and that basically just connects the two bars together and makes it like a standard shoulder press. If you unlatch that, it would then make it unilateral. So this machine's great because you can do it together or you can do it separate. And then also this adjustment here, so I can move this forward or backwards, and then finally this adjustment which turns it into a neutral press. And I really do like a neutral press, one for my wrist and two purely for the actual benefits that I get from my front delt. So what I'm going to do is start off with a wide press, go quite controlled, and then when I get fatigued, what I'll be doing then is probably going for a narrow grip. That's my plan. I'll see how I get on. I am also going to wear elbow sleeves for this one, just because, like I said, I haven't done this exercise before, so I don't know how it's going to feel exactly. Now, I might end up unracking this, doing a few reps, and it feels ridiculously easy, but until I actually give it a go for a working set, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. So let me just put a plate on here. So let me just put my wrist wraps on, and then we'll go for a set on this one. I'm not going to use salts. I'm done with those for today. Those are more just for power. So for the accessories and higher volume stuff, I like to just go for it kind of unassisted, if that makes sense. But yeah, first set, let's go for this one. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. Let's add a 10 and that'll be absolutely perfect. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is what I was just doing there in those reps, which was pausing after each rep for like a little re-rack. One more. Let's do it again. Still rolling. Mate, my fucking forearms are literally so burnt out, I can't even explain it. Feels like, I can barely even take my sleeve off. Feels like I've just done like a mad set of hammer curls. So really good exercise, but I'm gonna probably increase the weight a tiny bit and then go for quick reps, but non-paused reps. And I think that'll keep the tension on my shoulder more than my forearms. So yeah, good first set, but we'll go change up a little bit and then run up for another one. Right, I haven't actually added any weight just yet. I'm gonna do it now. So total weight is nothing crazy still. We're just keeping it pretty lightweight. These plates do look a lot lighter than they actually are. This is a 5 kilo, but 20 and a 15 each side, and I'm not going to pause rep it, so that should, I think, make it a little bit harder, which means that this amount of weight as an increase will be enough. So let's just see how we get on with this one. As I said, last set was good, but I think just could be improved a little bit. Yeah, that was good. I would say that weight could go up, could stay the same. It's hard to decide. I'm not sure yet what I'll do for the next set. So yeah, I'll just do one more of these, and I might try going for 220s and try and get like 8 reps maybe, just for fun. So we'll load that up now, have a good rest. But yeah, so far pump's feeling good. I don't feel very like vascular, but I do feel like pumped up, if that makes sense, like size wise. Yeah, shoulders getting there. So we should be able to find definitely some good lie-in for the pose down today, because this is a cool gym. But this is what I was saying about this machine, so just multiple attachment points. Got one there, one on top here, and then this is the latch. So basically, if I was to switch that across, that then makes this individual, and then back across locks it in. So yeah, good piece of equipment here. Equipment when it's basically well designed for multiple different people, but it's not over designed. So yeah, they haven't overcomplicated the design, but you've obviously got a few levels of customization, and yeah, I guess ergonomics have been considered for different heights, weights, widths, etc. So yeah, anyway, again, enough waffling. Let me have a rest, and then let's keep the shoulder pump going. I don't know if you can see that, but basically I've put on there now 220s. As I said, these plates look smaller than they actually are, but yeah, 220s on there. Obviously got the same on the other side here, so nothing crazy, but definitely enough weight for the shoulders for me, especially after doing that incline press. So let's just jump into this set here. I feel well rested, so it should be a good one. I'm not actually going to do any sets with the narrow grip, and that is purely because to do that, basically that range of motion, so here is kind of like the lowest, whereas here is kind of the lowest. So this basically, because the handle's higher, I'd have to move all of this, and I just don't really want to do that. I'd rather go to a different piece of equipment, and the sets that I've done are already feeling really, really good. So like I said, straight into this set pretty much. I've had like a good little rest. It was a good choice to wear my elbow sleeves and wrist wraps. If I didn't have them, it wouldn't be a problem. But one thing as well is I'm wearing a belt, and I did find on the last couple reps of that set, lower back was kind of arching just a little bit, because obviously standing you haven't got any support other than your spine pretty much. So what I would say is, like, I wasn't getting any fatigue that wasn't recovering. So after the set had finished, that literally would recover within like 30 seconds, whereas sometimes for like an RDL or, you know, a deadlift, you're going to be in soreness for minutes, if not the whole session. So right, people, let's get into this set then. yeah, I'm actually really happy and surprised with the amount of weight I managed to press on those. So I can't remember how many sets I did for bench. I think it was a total of 4 because I did one more than I filmed. So 4 for bench, I think, 3 for this. So yeah, so far so good. I don't think I actually need to do any more shoulder press right now, to be honest. I think I'm going to move on to the pec fly machine, which is the plate loaded kind of laying down one, or incline, whatever you want to call it. But obviously the plates themselves still replicate a flat fly, if that makes sense. I'll explain it when I show you the actual device itself, but I may try and find another shoulder machine later, and I might just have a quick walk around while I'm actually cooling off in between sets. But I think that should be enough because I'd like to do some lateral raises as well. So yeah, let's get set up for this pec fly. Right, going for a set of these pec flies. I've done 2 sets already, feeling really good. The weight is actually perfect on these. So I've got 220 plates each side. So I'll probably do 2 more sets on this one because it's feeling so good. But for now, let's just focus on getting this done. Yeah, definitely one more at least. Right, this will be the last set on this exercise. So I've done, I think, 3 sets already, and then yeah, 4th set here. Right, let's get into this last set. That's good. Right, so I'm moving on to some lateral raises now. I've had a little search around. They haven't got a good seated lateral raise machine that I can find. When I say good, that's just my personal opinion. 100% prefer the seated side lateral raise machines where you basically sit there, you have a pad going across the outside of your forearm, and then you have a handle coming underneath which you grip onto and do raises like that. So I just find that that is just way better for staying really confined on purpose and rigid in position, and then just letting the shoulders do the work. So your core's fixed, your torso's fixed. But yeah, let's just go for a set on here. So this stack is feeling actually very, very light. So should be absolutely fine to get a set done on here. Yeah, so this is full stack. You have to slow it down a little bit. more slow. And then quick. Actually felt really good. Right, I'm going in for another set straight away. Minimal rest time because the weight stack's very light, but feeling really good on this one. Just stop whenever you think's good. Thank you. Another good set. These are feeling absolutely crisp, so we'll run this up for 2 or 3 more at least. Right guys, battery on the microphone died, but don't worry, I managed to actually fix it as we get into the session a little bit further on, but just thought I'd quickly round up here what I'm doing. So this standing lateral raise, I'm not a huge fan of. In fact, I've never actually really gelled with it. This was kind of the first time that I have had consistent good working sets across my entire time training in my life. But since then I've tried it a few more times and I am becoming to like it a bit more. So one thing that I think I might do is when I go back to the UK, at my home gym, basically I've got, you know, bumper plates and a rack. You can get an attachment which fixes a system on there that allows you to do standing lateral raises. So I'm going to have a look at a few brands, see if any of those are suitable, and that might be a good investment, because for the longest time I was set on buying myself a seated lateral raise machine for either my bedroom or my home gym. But if I can get a cheaper version which is removable from the actual room itself, you know, I don't have to have it fixed in place all the time, and then also you don't need to buy the whole weight stack or transport it or pick it up, which is also a big problem. So they do have some machines on Facebook Marketplace and other places like that, but I'd have to rent a van and get someone to come with me and load it on the vehicle, etc. So definitely worthwhile if you find a really good piece of kit, but obviously if there are alternatives that you can get using what you already have, then that'll be ideal. And obviously because my home gym is actually in a spare room in my house, it doesn't have ample space. So some of you guys might be lucky enough to have a warehouse or a garage, things like that, where you can actually put a bit of equipment in, but for me it's a very small space. So yeah, now the actual session itself here, I'm moving on to pec flies. Very standard guys, just getting a few sets of these done. But overall this was literally probably my favorite gym that I've ever been to, or at least one of them in terms of equipment and cleanliness and just overall vibes. I've got other gyms which I really like for their character and their uniqueness, but yeah, this one in particular, as you can hopefully tell through the whole video, was just absolutely fantastic. And then what you're going to see at the end of the video here, just before the pose down, is that I actually find another floor which was supposed to be cardio, but turns out they've got literally a whole nother gym up there. I'm not even kidding. Like, they've got all of the pieces of equipment that I would have had as extras just upstairs. So if you guys are ever in KOH SAMUI, which is where this gym is, or even if you're just in Thailand, I would seriously recommend making a trip to this place because it's so worth it. They also do have a spa there, which, because I got there at like 8 at night and I wanted a good few hours to train, I wasn't going to rush and try and do that all in one, and I'm pretty sure it closes at a certain time earlier as well. But you can obviously go there, you can make a day of it, you don't just have to train, you can have some food. I'm pretty sure they've got a little cafe restaurant there
So definitely worthwhile, and something which I'm so glad that I filmed, because I do obviously remember how good it was, but now looking back at this footage just really confirms it. So yeah, just a quick voiceover guys, but I'm now going to jump you back into the rest of the video.
Okay, I've just come upstairs to do a little bit of cardio, and of course they've got so many more machines. I'm not bothered because that was absolutely fantastic session, but I think they have got a lateral raise machine, although looking at it, it doesn't look like it's got handles. But yeah, let me just show you now. Coming up the stairs, and we've got leverage squat, another cable machine, another bench, another pec fly, seated row, shoulder press. We've got what looks like an ab machine, laying down hamstring, mirrors all the way along as well, ab machine, leg press, dips, seated triceps, lat pull down, the seated side lateral raise machine. Oh no, it has got handles, look. So that was what I was after, people. But nevertheless, I had a really, really good set downstairs. Abductors, adductors, seated biceps, seated leg extension. This place, guys, is absolutely crazy. Probably the coolest gym that I've been to, honestly. So if you're in Koh Samui, definitely recommend this place. And then they've got, looks like that says podcast and studio. That's pretty cool that you can book that. Cardio equipment all the way down here. Obviously, you've only got 15 minutes left before they close, so it's pretty empty. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, this gym is officially absolutely insane. But I'm going to put this clip in the middle of the workout because obviously I've done an outro. But yeah, still getting my cardio done. Okay, microphone died, so you probably would have heard a little voiceover for the last couple sets. But time for a physique update to round off the session here. So I will go through the working sets in just a second. Do want to get the pose down, physique update in while I've still got a bit of a pump. That was a long session, so kind of the longer the session, I guess the more the carbs are going to wear out, especially when I'm fasted. I don't have much glycogen stores in me anyway, but feeling good. The only thing I don't like about this gym is it makes me look really pale when I've actually got a decent tan. But I guess what's more important is what you look like in real life. So, total amount of sets for the session, let's count them up then. So, 4 for the incline Smith machine bench press, 3 for the stand-in shoulder press machine. Then I did, I think, 4 sets of the plate-loaded pec fly machine. I then did, I think, 4 sets of the stand-in lateral raise pin-loaded machine, and then 4 sets of pec fly. So a lot of volume, guys. Not just for me, but pretty much for everyone, really. That is a lot of volume. So, chest and shoulders. First thing I'm noticing is front delts. That is noticeably pumped, which is sick. So whether or not that was from the shoulder press, whether it was from the extra sets of flies there, I'm not too sure, but yeah, really liking that. Also, sometimes it is just a signal that I've lost body fat, and that's actually given the illusion that I've kind of built muscle. Obviously, I've not built any muscle in a very long time. It's impossible for me to build muscle when I'm in a deficit, but that can give the illusion. But yeah, abs are still feeling good. I mean, when I say still, they should be feeling better every day, but since the other day, I've really noticed a change there, kind of even just relaxed. I've still got the separations, which is cool. Okay, let's do a double bicep from the back. Yeah, feeling good, people. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. That was an absolutely fantastic session. So, again, I am at, what's this place called again? I've completely forgot already. Legacy Muscle Universe. It's in Koh Samui, basically kind of like northeast Koh Samui. completely the other side of the island to where I'm staying. So for me to get here, it took me around 40 minutes, 45 minutes with traffic, but definitely worth it. Not just for the pump, but for the cleanliness, for the variation of exercises, for the pre-workout that I had. Just overall, really good place. Lighting's cool, it's not too busy. Today is a Wednesday. Time is now 10:20, so they shut up in 40 minutes, but I have been here since about 8 o'clock. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Fantastic pump, fantastic session, still feeling strong. Got basically exactly 1 month left on this diet starting today. So 4 weeks to get as shredded as possible. This is basically the physique update after a push day. So we'll see what we look like in 4 weeks. Hopefully, in fact not hopefully, 100% we'll be looking a lot leaner. Delts will look leaner, we'll have striations, feathering in the triceps, ab veins coming through, biceps will be split into a multitude of segments, and overall we'll just be getting more and more shredded. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always, the only way is up.